Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Black Cat Cafe Comedy Night. I know we have a few people still coming in, so definitely make some room for them. But I'm really excited everybody's here. Just so you know, my name is Richard Moore, and I'm going to be your host for tonight. I only have a couple of requests. The comedians that you are coming here tonight have worked really, really hard, and it may not be your cup of tea. So if it's not, just wait till after the show, meet them at the back of Chevron, kick their butts, right? And second thing, let's keep side conversations down. It only is going to help us up here. Okay? Are we all on the same page? Yeah. Woo! So we're ready to have some fun. Yeah. Oh, you guys, man. The news lately, right? Anybody watch the news? We got some great news. The Supreme Court finally did something good. Okay? Right? Is anybody with me? But we also have some pretty crappy news. Now, not necessarily for you guys, but with the fact that people are shooting people knocking on their doors, do you guys realize there's going to be a generation of black kids that never trick or treat? Right? No, they're never going to know it. Halloween is just going to be, the worst thing ever. But I used to just get my news, like most of you, on Facebook. And that was great. But, I've upgraded. And now I have YouTube TV. So now I get to watch commercial news and commercial television, which is great. And what I've seen is a lot of ads for people looking at their ancestry, right? And, even on Facebook, a lot of my friends are like, oh, I was on Ancestry.com and I'm 48% Nordic. And so I was thinking, I definitely need to go on there and see what's going on. So I went on 23andMe. Turns out I'm 67% African. Woo! Well, it makes sense. My name, Richard, is Swahili for quiet one. So, I'm happy about that. You guys, what really is exciting me tonight is my best friend in the world has come from Australia via Brooklyn to see me perform tonight. Chris Ford. Chris and I played rugby together and lived over in Fremont at a nice little rugby house. And we had a friend. I'm not going to, put him out there. We'll just call him AJ. Well, AJ had the most extensive porn collection you could have ever seen, right? It doesn't matter what it was, AJ had it. And it was always fun coming home late at night, seeing who was on the couch watching AJ's porn. And there was so much porn being watched, there was at least 2 girls that got pregnant from sitting on a couch. You were there. Sometimes I miss being young and single. And, I can't lie. I started collecting porn myself. And then I got married and I had to get rid of it, and that was a sad day. Mostly because, the titles led me to believe there was going to be some great stories. I only got to 5 minutes of each of them. So I wonder, it's like, how did it end? And, yeah, right. So yeah, that is it. Okay, you guys. So, we have some incredible comedians coming up on stage. We have some from off island and some you know from on island. And I am excited to bring in a surprise comedian. He's coming from Olympia, and it was really great for him to say, yes, I want to come out and do this. So I'm going to invite Brian to come up on stage. Brian!
Thank you, Richard. How's everybody doing? Yeah! All right. Thank you guys coming out, support live comedy. My name is Brian, or as they call me at home, not my real dad. Do we got any parents out here, out for the night? All right. Congratulations on escaping, even if it's only for the night. Do we have any step-parents? Okay, there's a difference. You know, like as a dad, I might tell the kids, keep it down. Your mom is trying to take a nap. As a stepdad, it's more like, go play. Your mom and I are going to take a nap. Then we got to hear about these kids going, I'm bored. Like, me too. Why do you think I want to go play with your mom? You know? Now, I know it's cliche, but they don't know how good they got it. You know, I can't even get them to do the dishes without going, where's my allowance? I don't know, where's your real dad? I see why somebody would sell their baby, all right? I'm not saying me, like I took on some extras. But I see why you would sell it as a baby, because they fucking depreciate, you know? Shit, at least when they're little you can manipulate them into doing stuff for you, you know? Hand me that remote, or Santa's not coming for you. No, you better behave, or Jesus won't save your soul. Oh. Well, that one actually works on a lot of adults, too. We won't go there. Yeah. I'm ready for the apocalypse. I'm ready. I don't know, man. 25 years ago, we were promised Y2K. We got the digital age. Now even my dentist is offering Zoom appointments. That's not a joke. My dentist sends me a text. We offer Zoom appointments now. You know? Then they said 2012 was going to be the end of civilization. I was like, sweet. I don't even got to worry about retirement. Right? After that, my only hope was World War III. It started popping off, and then, you know, COVID hit. Everybody went home. So, I don't know. I thought we'd be living in off-grid camps by now. Not arguing over who's a boy, who's a girl. Like, really, who cares, you know? Just live your life. Heck yeah. No, and our houses are so wired up, they're talking to us. You know? Shoot, I talk to my house more than I talk to my own children. They say that we're going to lose a sense of compassion because we're talking to machines so much. So you got to make sure you talk to yours like a person, you know? Please, thank you. Now shut the fuck up. God. Always offering information I didn't ask for, you know? Yeah. I was a contractor most of my life. It's a filthy bunch, for sure. You're definitely going to find out what she said, you know? I started golfing a lot more. I thought it'd be more civilized. It's just as filthy. 4 men, 1 cup. Called a foursome. They're gripping their woods, whacking their balls, getting it in the hole. They even got a word for when balls are coming for you. Right? Gosh. But the filthiest game is poker. I mean, we'll start with the name, right? Any poker players out here? No. Well, when you have the best hand, it's called having the nuts. All right? I'm watching this game. There's this player, Maria Ho. It doesn't help. This game on ESPN, though, it sounds like they're commentating a damn porno. You know, they're like, here's Ho with the king jack off. She likes to get involved with her hands, you know. A couple of hands later, It's like, Ho again, with 2 jacks in her hole and Doyle's in her face. Do you think she'll get there this time, Ollie? Well, Nick, I've seen her come from behind before. Fair enough, Ollie. Fair enough, you know? Then Doyle's finished because he busted. And it's Ho with the nuts in her hands. Yeah, it is a filthy game. I like going to Vegas, though. It's fun. About to go for the World Series here in a couple months. A lot of damn walking. A lot of walking, man. It's like 3 days of walking, plus you're drunk, so you know, basically stumbling around for 3 days, feeling like I ran a marathon when I got back. I should get one of them stickers. Mine would say I did 3.08 days in Vegas, you know? Shit. But the thing that really stood out last time I was there was these fish spas. Have you seen this, where you put your feet in this little aquarium?
Yeah.
The fish come eat the dead skin? Yeah, you make a day of it. They offer fish and chips for lunch. They don't even make no bones about it. I walk in, it's like, Nam Zingimya. It's the circle of life. Jeez. Yeah. So, last year I became a grandpa. I raised 5 kids. One of them spawned one. I don't get any senior discounts or anything yet, but I've been killing it on OnlyGrans. No. There is no OnlyGrans. Like, you can't ask your grandkids to help you set it up. That would be awkward, you know? But what's crazy to me is how much the porn industry drives technology. You know, we created World Wide Web and infinite information at our fingertips. And we're like, now we will have tits and dicks everywhere. Was it always like that? You know? Like back in the day when we used to listen to radio shows, was there like old-time radio porn? You know? You can imagine the husband upstairs pushing the beds together, warming up the radio tubes. He's like, you better hurry, dear, or you'll miss the climax. She's going, wouldn't be the first time. And then they gather around for this week's episode of She's Coming Around the Mountain. Yeah. The media just lies to us, though, you know? They got these hot girls, and they're like, oh, maybe she's hot, or maybe it's Maybelline, right? Maybe it's a dude. We don't even know anymore. Blew our mind when it wasn't butter. Like, we can't handle this shit, you know? They ought to call this Stormy Daniels Trump thing, I can't believe it's not a sex scandal. You know? But I wish one time one of these politicians would do a commercial where they actually speak the truth. You know? You can imagine, maybe it's like, hey there, I'm Tom Chance. Take a chance on me. You know? I'm easily swayed. Can be bought by the highest bidder. Well, there's nothing I won't do for the right price. You know? No. They're always lying to us. So I just say, before I go, we all try our best. Our parents tried their best. We're still all fucked up. You know? But isn't it the flaws that really make us who we are?
Yeah.
Right. Dad wasn't abusive. He was passionate. Mom wasn't an alcoholic. She was fun. Uncle wasn't a pedophile. Hey, family is complicated, so love yours. Thanks, everybody. I'm Brian.
Okay, that's the way to get it going. Ladies and gentlemen, Brian James. One more time. No, kids do have it easier, right? And they have a lack of imagination. Back in my day, it was a Sears catalog, right? And you had to get really, really close to see if you could see anything. And, right, then you had to imagine what it would be like. You know, I mean, if you're a kid now, I have 2 boys, you guys. They never come out of their room. I never go in, right, because I want to give them their privacy. But that it's like, wow, life is so different. Okay, so coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, we have a Vashon native, born and bred here, right? She's coming up. She's just starting, but honestly, you guys, she's going to be really funny. Put your hands together for Haley!
Hi, everybody. I'm new at this, so bear with me. Oh, hey, how's it going? All right, okay. I have my notes right here, so I might have to look at them, but we'll just call it a tattoo for now. So, I really shouldn't be holding a microphone. The fact that I can have a thought in my mind and say it out loud and a whole room full of people can hear what I'm thinking, that seems dangerous. And my brain works in really weird ways, guys, and I think a lot of it has to do with growing up on an island. It's pretty bad. My roommate's from Chicago, and and I know he's from Chicago because every time he does anything strange, he'll be like, well, I'm from Chicago. And I thought about it, and I was like, I could so use that. Anytime I do anything weird, most people tend to break for birds. I've been starting to break for plastic bags. And it's freaky. They look like they're alive. Once the wind picks them up, they kind of hover across the road, and so I just stop and wait for them to safely get across to the other side. The other cars on the freeway start honking at me, but I just wave like it's okay. I'm from Vashon. It's pretty bad though, if a bank was getting robbed, I'd probably walk in and stand in line behind the robber. Just looking around oh, my phone's ringing. Here, will you hold my purse for me? Just hand him my purse. Oh, you're trying to rob the place? I'm so sorry. I'm from Vashon. I don't know how the real world works apparently, so. And I really haven't done a lot of traveling, and it's becoming more and more obvious because I'll be watching fantasy shows like A Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings and stuff, and I'm looking at all the beautiful CGI scenery of the castles and the forests and waterfalls, dragons and stuff, and I'm like, wow, I really got to get off the island, go see the world, I'm like, what the what kind of passport do I have that's going to get me to the 7 kingdoms? Gollum's not going to want to host me. My Airbnb rating is terrible. And then there's a lot of parents I noticed that name their kids after all the cool places that they've seen. There's Paris, or I know a Kingston. And I was thinking about all the places I've been to, and I think my kid's probably going to be named Burien or something. Maybe South Center? I don't know. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I think the hardest part about living on an island is that we don't have the luxuries that a lot of mainlanders do. Things like fast food or Uber or privacy, The gossip here is just out of control, you guys. Shame on you, yeah. I never gossip, but you guys really got to get your shit under control. No, it's pretty bad, though. It's not just so much the gossip. It's the fact that the story changes so much. It's like a game of telephone or something. It becomes unrecognizable by the time it goes around the island. So I decided one time, I better do an experiment and see. I'm going to do something really, really cool and see how long it takes for the story to go around Vashon and get back to me. And so, oh gosh, you guys. So I decided one time to go with a couple of friends. It was 2 o'clock in the morning, and we went down to Dockton. And we walked to the end of the dock, and I climbed up on the roof, and jumped off the dock. I did a triple backflip, and I landed in a perfect nosedive. And when I came up, I took my pet dolphin to the beach, where I did a keg stand. I did a keg stand and sang La Cucaracha all at the same time. And I thought about it. I was like, yeah, that was super cool. That was super. A lot of people are going to be talking about this, for a long time, I'm going to be able to tell little Burien about this eventually someday. So all I have to do is wait, though. The cool thing happened. I just have to wait for the story to go around and get back to me. And sure enough, it was less than a few days. I see my best friend walking up to me. And I'm like, oh, cool. She heard about what happened. Here it comes. And she's like, hey, I heard you tripped over a chair at Sporty's, cried and went home. I was like, I'm from Vashon. All right, thank you guys. That's enough.
Okay, it happens. None of you took your fire drill instructions serious. Like, none of you even stood up. This place could be going down. No, I think it's a burglar alarm, but let's see if they can get this off. Right? No, wow, that is. Now, right, I totally could talk over this, but sorry about this. Michael, do you know?
Yeah, you just talk louder.
Okay.
Guy.
Hold on one second. We're going to get this off here. And they will figure it out. So, I guess we have... I'm looking like I can help, but I don't work here. I'm like... Ladies and gentlemen, there we go.
The firefighters are probably going to come in like 20 minutes because that happens when the fire alarm goes off. So just someone say that you pulled it so we don't get charged.
Now, the funny thing is, most of us know the fire station's literally a block away. Let's time them. Okay, you guys, once again, Haley, how great was she? After I heard her talk, I started thinking, a lot of you may know, my children's names are Holland and Phoenix. But to be real, they should be called White Center and well, not Burien. I was going to say Southward. Okay, so listen, let's keep this train going. We have a new comedian coming from Port Orchard, very funny guy. He's just starting, but he makes me laugh, so hopefully he can make you guys laugh. Ladies and gentlemen, Warren Hines.
Port Orchard. Where's that?
Woo!
Thank you. What an entrance. Next time, can I get a smoke machine too? My buddy was visiting Seattle from Alaska. I told him not to book a hotel room because there's free camping anywhere in the city. The train was down, so I had to walk from International District up to Belltown to see him. I almost got addicted to heroin 6 times on the way. So I read that Mark Zuckerberg is having trouble launching the metaverse. I think Zuckerberg should beta test the metaverse on the homeless population of Seattle. Virtual reality games could include sober living and sleeping in a dry place. How about a little encouragement for those folks? iPhones are weird. I find myself laying in bed like this on my side reading my iPhone, and it says, the app pops up, it says, the truth about side sleepers. And it's like a lady, and it's a skeleton of a woman laying on her side on a pillow with a red mark where her neck is. You know, so something or somebody on the other side knows that I'm laying in bed like this reading, and they're trying to sell me something by scaring the shit out of me. You know who was a back sleeper? King Tut. And I think we all know what they did to him. So I'm going to make me a little cartoon, figure out a way to send it out to people laying on their back, reading on their phones like this. It's going to say the truth about back sleepers. They will turn you into a mummy, dog. Besides, Albert Einstein was a side sleeper, probably, so recipe for success. Did you hear that they found some new information out about Albert Einstein a few years ago? Apparently he was a racist. It was all over Fox News. They were so proud, like, we knew it. He was one of us. Instagram markets to you in oddly specific ways. I saw this Instagram ad pop up the other day. It said, bring your courage, individuality, and deep sense of purpose to the FBI. The FBI is getting desperate for folks if they're looking for me, y'all. And besides, it's like, do you even know me anymore, Instagram? I spent the last hour watching Latin women do little dance videos. If you had said, bring your courage, individuality, and deep sense of purpose to salsa class, you might have had me. I recently got back from Hawaii. In Hawaii, they have the curse of Pele. Legend has it, if you take rocks or coral away from the islands, Pele will curse you. As a result, thousands of people annually mail boxes of rocks and coral back to the islands. In Florida, they have the curse of Ron DeSantis. If you take rocks or coral away from Florida, he will mail you a Venezuelan. Anybody have kids? Kids are great. Our generation's having kids at a later age. I find myself at 40 crawling around the floor in the gorilla position to play trains with my son. Like, God dang, this is approximately the pose that got me in this situation. A lot of Disney movies. I've heard the Lion King soundtrack now so many times, I'm fluent in Swahili. Na inganyama bagiti baba, which translates loosely to it's the circle, it's the circle. It's the circle of life in Swahili. So fire department's here. Thank you. Vashon's bravest. So I'm planning to take this new skill of speaking Swahili and taking the family on a self-guided tour through Africa. Because I know if I run into any trouble, like say an armed guard and a border dispute, all I'll have to do is roll down the window. Na inganyama bagidi baba. which, thanks to Walt Disney, may very well be my last words. Howdy, gentlemen. Welcome to the stage.
Shout out to Vashon Firefighter!
I'm not a pimp, I'm a gardener. But I feel like I relate to pimp problems because I also have trouble with kinky hoes. You remember when they did the special edition quarters? First they did all 50 states, then they did all the national parks. I saw a quarter the other day that said, "Love that chicken at Popeyes." It's getting out of hand. Where would America be today if Chuck Norris had been gender neutral? You wouldn't even be able to call him Chuck. It'd be like Citizen Norris. Citizen Norris is so gender neutral, he can pee standing up or sitting down. I'm afraid the Chuck Norris jokes would kind of lose their flair. I live over in Kitsap County. Kenny G once also lived in Kitsap County, fun fact. I looked up Kenny G on Wikipedia, and there was a tab that said controversy. I know, it's like, what's controversial about Kenny G? Apparently, the jazz community doesn't think he's a very good saxophonist. Personally, I'm impressed with anyone who can play the saxophone, except possibly that Lisa Simpson, terrorizing the fictional town of Springfield with her amateur saxophoning. Hey, there you go, Wikipedia trolls. Why don't you pick on Lisa Simpson and leave my man Kenny out of this? So I lived most of my life in Mississippi. I live over in Kitsap County now, so I am a Kitsapian. I'm not sure where we are on the evolutionary chart, y'all, but we're up there somewhere. I commute every day on the Southwest Foot Ferry to Seattle for work, and we get up in the morning and we're all American flags and skulls and beards. We look like a cross between some kind of a militia and the Beatles after they started to grow their hair out. The whole thing looks like some kind of a D-Day invasion of the city of Seattle. And we get off on the other side. We're a little bit hunched over with our backpacks filled with our Gatorades and our lunches. But I believe we're evolving, y'all. And I believe one of these days, one of us is going to step off of that water and stand upright and play the saxophone just like my main man, Kenny G. I've been Warren Hines. Thank you so much. Y'all been awesome. And thank you, Vashon Fire Department, for your service.
Okay, so I can't hold back. Yeah, right? Okay, so here's the deal. I didn't think this show was going to be really funny, so I brought in male strippers. Go ahead and go, guys. Come on, you guys are ready, right? Okay, well, this one's a little shy, but that guy's almost ready. Oh my gosh, Warren Hines, you guys. One more round of applause for that. And if you're thinking like I am, yes, I can't believe we have to wait for those people to get on a ferry, right? Oh man, those Southwest people. Okay, so I'm gonna slow it down, only because the next comedian I know a lot of you guys have come to see, an incredibly great guy, right? He's the one who sort of encouraged me to come up and try this, and I'll be forever grateful. But everybody, put your hands together for Stefan Mooney!
This is a unique circumstance. I love how no one did a fucking thing. We all just Like, no, we're not leaving. We're staying right here. I don't care, fire, whatever. Come on, let's go, comedy. Has a situation. Oh, we are not going to. I was really clear. I was like, I don't want a dog. And they're like, well, we want to get a dog. And I'm like, no, I don't want to get a dog. My family's like, we're going to get a dog. I'm like, look, this reason. And then they're like, fuck you, we're getting a dog. So, when I get home now, I'm really looking forward to seeing the dog more than the family. I mean, I love my family, but I love my dog more, basically. And I told them not to get a dog, so they didn't listen, and there you go. But who's a dog owner here? Dog owners, yeah, right? Okay, so you probably know.
Hell no.
Look, there's a special, you know the saying, dog is man's best friend. And I didn't really know why until I got a dog. And now I know the reason is because they don't mind farts. At all. At all. If anything, they sigh and sort of snuggle in a little bit more. I mean, there's friends, and then there's best friends. And I think dogs firmly fit in that category. Yeah, yeah. So, now, if a human sighs and snuggles closer, you've got two options. There's two ways it can go. One, like soulmate, okay? When someone sighs and snuggles closer, that's a soulmate. The other thing is that you should probably get the fuck out of there and change your cell phone number because that's some weird shit. Like that, like literally, that's, who does that? Except dogs. So there's a reason it's not called, we say man's best friend. But you never hear the saying, woman's best friend. Because women don't fart. At least that's what you're leading us to believe. Like, it's incredible. You guys have such sphincter control. I'm almost 60, okay? I have never seen a woman celebrate a fart. And basically, if you're a guy, to me, I mean, I don't really care what kind of genitals you have, but if you've celebrated a fart, you're a guy, as far as I'm concerned. And if you haven't, then you're not a guy. So you all might have to kind of rethink things, because that's pretty much the definition, is that. Okay, so now if there's any women here who would like to break that stereotype, I got the mic. And $20. And I got another mic we can change out afterwards. Right from the horses. What? Are you're raising your hand as if you want?
It's her.
Does it feel good?
Yes, you can let it rip. It feels good.
Do you want to let it rip right now? Just so, because hey, well, if anyone, look, I'll put it this way. If anyone rips one in here, I will give you $20. I'm just saying. But we have to auditorily hear it. It's got to, at any point tonight, just build it up. If you feel it, build it up. Just build it up, and then just crack one. Ding, 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 like another fire alarm will go off. $20 to fucking you. 40. Yeah, 40, 50. 40. Okay, so I got to keep going here. Okay, good. Okay, so has anyone ever seen that ugly app on Instagram. It's like, so there'll be a reel, it'll come up in someone's face, and they'll look a little weird. You're like, what's, they look a little weird. And then and then all of a sudden they'll get beautiful. They'll just evolve. And how they do it, what they do is they make your eyes look like mine. They make your eyes look really small, like you're Clint Eastwood or something, you know, like, and then all of a sudden you get beautiful. Like that. And so that was a real self-esteem builder with that thing. Thank you. I am the ugly app. Okay, let's see. Wait a minute. Okay, so I think we should have a lopsided conversation app. So you're on, right? You're on the phone with someone who talks a lot. In fact, you can't get a word in edgewise. So with this app, at about 60 seconds, a little ding happens, okay? If the person's still talking continuously at 2 minutes, another ding, a little louder, different rhythm. So you get the idea, maybe you should let the other person actually say something. At 3 minutes, the phone explodes. Which might damage their hearing, but they obviously weren't using their listening skills anyway. Fuck them. Okay, so I had this idea for a show. I'm a painter. I paint. Sometimes I do paintings. And
When you're not being a funny man.
yes. So I had this great idea for a show, and I was actually going to have it at Cafe Vino Olio. And Jane, who runs the gallery there, she was like, I don't know. But the idea was the show that I was going to do, like, paintings of this, just the hand, okay? And I was going to dress all of them, I'm going to do a bunch of them, and dress them all in different costumes. Like Little Bo Peep, or like a French waiter, or a fireman, or policeman, right? Wouldn't that, right? It's such a great idea. But then, you know, Trump got out of office, and suddenly I just didn't want to do the show anymore. Now, there's lots of ways. I mean, that got me thinking about it. There's lots of ways to say "fuck you." Like you kind of do the. People like you what? There's also this one. This is really good. You go. Just put a ring on it. I guess what does that mean? I don't know. What does that mean? Okay, so I don't look. All I did, we have a new business in town, and I took a picture of it, and I put it on Facebook, and I just said, "We've arrived." That's all I said. What a shit show! Oh my God. So, some of you may not know what I'm talking about, but okay, so it's we have a new realty company here, run by a family, an island family, and which is great, and I think that's so awesome. But like, call it like Island Family Realty Company instead of one of the most pretentious brands on the planet. I mean, I don't know, like, what would be more? Gucci? Like what is more pretentious than Sotheby's? I don't know. Like, that's like, anyway, so it was like, have you ever posted something and you're like, shit, should I take this down? Holy, it's like magma. You know, how long is it going to take for it to cool? I didn't take it down, but it took weeks for this one post to cool. Usually it's like, you know, one day you're done. You know, this was like, whoa, it's alive. Holy shit. Okay, so this is my last little bit. So, AI has been in the news a lot lately, or as I like to say, AOI. Artificial intelligence. It's like us humans can't make ourselves obsolete fast enough. it's amazing, you know, like everyone's like, "Oh, I can create anything, anytime, instantly, like that." And then the next thing you know, you wake up in a vat of transparent goo, like Neo in the Matrix, and there's this horrendous like nanny bot who's giving you an AI enema, and you're like, it's singing to you and going, "Go to sleep, go to sleep." Dream the dreams we dream for you. That's what we're doing here in this collective country right now. We're dreaming the dreams that are made for us. And so, like, here we are, you know, just not having any idea what we're doing anymore. We're kind of lost. We're swimming in a sea of cause and effect and redundance, and I've lost my train of thought.
That's funny.
I had more points, but I started getting arty there for a while. I'm just going to do performance art.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Show us your cycle.
What?
Let's see your cycle.
The cycle?
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Cycle? That's too advanced for me. It's over my head.
Have fun.
Yeah, so, oh God, it was so good. It was good. Okay, anyway, so the train of thought is fucking gone. Jesus.
Welcome to 60s.
Okay, well, anyway.
What's your name?
AI. I know it's AI, but I'm not like, what the fuck with AI? I feel like there's a glitch in the Matrix. That's what I feel like. It's not my fault. Anyway, so there you go. So I'll end with this comment, okay? Please don't put AI in charge of the nuclear arsenal. That's all I'm asking, is that we don't do that, and that we don't, like, you know, just like stop doing things because everything's being done for us. And so the only thing that is more amazing than, and more incredible, and just literally like bigger in scale than human intelligence, which is, I think, one of the most amazing things in the universe, is human stupidity. Thank you! Oh, footnote, and this entire thing was done by Chat GPT. So.
Okay, let's keep it going. Stefan Moody. Now, you guys, we are hearing a lot more about AI, and the one thing about comedy is it's got to come from us. All of us can't do the same joke. So I'm so happy that we're going to have one art form that's going to last, for a little while. So, okay, you guys, coming up next, I know it's a crowd, pleaser. He's awesome, he's funny, we're going to all just be rolling on the ground laughing, or just me. But, he's a great friend of mine, and I'm so happy to be able to perform with him again. Pierce Kobar!
Thanks for the seat. That's cool. Hi, guys. It's great to be back on Vashon. Had a nice, uneventful ferry ride over from Seattle. That was good. I don't know what's going on, but there have been a few incidents, right? And so there are 3 words I never want to hear from a ferry worker, right? 3 words. Are these crabs? Is one. And then the other 3 are brace for impact. If you hear brace for impact on the ferry boat, the minimum that's going to happen is you're not going to make it to Costco. So it is not a good thing. And there've been more than a few, it seems to me, more than a few fairy incidents recently. And so I was curious what was going on. And so when I have questions, of course I go to the internet, and I go and have a conversation with my new best friend, which actually does happen to be Chat GPT. And I'm of the ilk that, it's up to us. It's up to us to govern ourselves and the use of artificial intelligence. So I'm getting involved, trying to understand what it's all about, how to make it work. But I wanted to share. This is an actual, because now you don't just have to do a search on Google. You can have a conversation. So this is an actual conversation that I had with ChatGPT. Yo, Keith. I asked it a while back if I could call it by a different name, and it said it was okay. Yo, Keith, what's up with the recent ferry accidents in Washington? And in response, Keith said, I'm sorry, but as an AI language model, I cannot provide opinions or commentary on current events. However, I can tell you that ferry accidents in Washington state are a serious matter. Yeah, but something's up. Keith, have dogs been piloting the ferries? And the GPT says, no, dogs have not been piloting the ferries in Washington state. While dogs can be intelligent and well-trained, piloting a ferry requires specialized skills that are only trained and certified human operators possess. And I said, well, yeah, but hypothetically, if a dog were to pilot a ferry, which breed would make the best ferry captain? And this is what GPT told me. While dogs are intelligent, it's important to remember that piloting a ferry is a complex and demanding task. The safety of passengers and crew is a top priority on ferries. As such, it's not recommended to have dogs or any other animals operate ferries. However, if we were to imagine a hypothetical scenario where a dog was able to pilot a ferry, Border Collie might do well. Border Collies are known for their high intelligence and strong herding instincts, which could potentially help them navigate a vessel safely through the water. Nonetheless, it's important to remember that this is purely hypothetical and that trained human operators are always required to pilot ferries for the safety of everyone on board, not Border Collies. I said, okay, that makes sense. So hypothetically then, what breed of dog would make the worst ferry captain? And he said, once more, it's important to note that dogs are not suitable ferry captains, and it's crucial to have certified human operators to ensure the safety of everyone on board. Then there was a long pause, and the cursor just kept hitting, However, if we were to imagine a hypothetical scenario where a dog was the captain of a ferry, a breed that is not known for its ability to follow commands would be the worst choice. They may not follow orders or be able to adapt to changing conditions quickly. But again, it's important to remember that dogs should not be operating ferries. Gotcha, remember that, yeah. And but I just gotta know, because I think they would look so cute in a uniform, in the captain's uniform. Hypothetically, would a French bulldog make a good ferry captain? In a hypothetical scenario where a dog was the captain of a ferry, no, a French bulldog would not be ideal for the job due to its relatively small size and lack of experience in tasks requiring... I knew that was coming.
Just kidding.
Funny and sexy, the fireman. So while French bulldogs are intelligent, they are not known for their endurance, which could also be a disadvantage in piloting a large vessel. Additionally, their short snouts and respiratory issues may make it difficult for them to handle the rigors of such a physically and mentally demanding job as ferry captain. Again, dogs should not be piloting ferries, as only qualified humans may handle such tasks for the safety of everyone on board. I'm like, okay. Do this for me though, okay? ChatGPT, Keith. Tell me a joke about a border collie suddenly having to take over as a ferry captain.
Yes.
If you listened closely, you could hear the software mutter and sigh. And then ChatGPT did not let me down. Why did the border collie have to take over as captain of the ferry boat? I don't know, ChatGPT. Why did the border collie have to take over as captain of the ferry boat? Because the water was rough. GPT, ladies and gentlemen. So I don't know if they'll ever replace this, but I sure now have a friend, which is nice. It's kind of funny that the fire department is here because I have a little something to share with you. As it is necessary to be of a certain level of intelligence to work in AI, and I'm getting an opportunity to work with some brilliant human beings and a border collie recently, developing some new tools. And as my luck would have it, my girlfriend is also brilliant, so that's pretty awesome. And she's also one of the most caring people I've ever met in my life. And she's also my landlady. And when I moved in, she went through, and so that nothing like this would happen, she had an electrician come in and replace all the outlets, replace all the smoke detectors, all the smoke alarms in the home, so that my kids and I would be safe. And that's pretty amazing. And that's not all. She also, oh, God love her, she belongs to some fancy meat of the month club. So each month she gets this meat box. And I lived with vegetarians for 26 years. So for me, the idea of having the opportunity to fire up the grill inside the house and sear a perfect steak on my cast iron skillet, that's like nirvana. So she came over and she brought her meat box, and then she showed me the cut of beef that I was going to be cooking that night, and it was a culotte. I'd not heard of that cut. Are you guys familiar with that? I wasn't familiar with it. This sucker was 4 inches high. This was a huge thing of steak, and I knew it had to be fried up in that skillet. It's just what I wanted to do. I wanted it to just get that high heat going, so I got it rubbed down with the salt and the pepper and a little bit of garlic and a little bit of olive oil in the pan, and fired that up, and then put that sucker fat down onto the griddle, and it made the most wonderful symphonic sound of sizzle, right? And I'm cooking, I'm trying to figure out how to get this thing cooked right. Because 4 inches of meat, that's a lot of meat to cook and get right on all sides, right? And get it just the way that we would like it. And so I'm cooking it, and suddenly, while I'm cooking, a fire alarm, a smoke alarm is going off, actually near the kitchen. And what we came to learn was that our smoke alarm, not like these guys, the smoke alarm at my house, it started talking, and it's a nice, gentle but stern voice, a female voice. Fire, Fire. You may wish to exit the premises. Fire. Fire. You may wish to exit the premises. And that went on repeatedly, and then we'd make some beeps and stuff too. But just like Haley up here, when she was here, and nothing was going to faze her if alarms are going off, I was not going to let anything take me away from cooking that steak. So I wanted to get it just right, and I could tell it was going to be good. And so my girlfriend's in the other room, and she's watching television, and she hears the alarm, and she walks by, I see her in the back, tries to turn it off. She opens up the back door, and then she passes me again, and she's like, you don't have any paper, you don't have any paper. I say, yeah, sorry, and I'm still cooking, and then I look behind me, and suddenly she's briskly walking by, and at first she has a game of Yahtzee, and she's walking by, and then she walks by again, and she's got Scrabble, and she's walking by, and then she's got a game of Clue. I'm like, okay, wait a minute, are you running some sort of illegal board game, in the laundry room or something? What's going on? And she's back there, she's whooshing. She's trying to whoosh the smoke out of the house, so she's got the back door open, and she's got these games. So it was weird. It's like she had been taught in elementary school, the stop, drop, and grab the Monopoly method of putting out fires. So she's doing that, and I'm still cooking, and you can see she's starting to go, come on, what's going on? First she wants to make sure that the neighbors aren't going to get too upset with this, and she doesn't want her home to burn down. I get that, burned down, and so I'm still cooking, I'm still going for it, and the nice lady's still going, fire, fire, you may wish to exit the premises, and then I guess the smoke began to travel. So on the other end of the house, another smoke alarm went off, and it's a little bigger and bolder, and means business, and was taking no prisoners, and was fire, fire, leave the building immediately, fire, fire, leave the building immediately, and then the other one's still going, that one's still going on, and my poor girlfriend is opening the doors, you're trying to get the smoke out, and she's looking at me like she can't wait to put that pillow over my face. But I'm like, oh, I just got one more edge of this thing to do. It's going to be delicious, and she'll be fine. It'll all work out. And then the fire alarm, even worse than this thing tonight, starts going, aruga, aruga, aruga. So we have this entire cacophony of all this noise going on, but I'm still committed. I'm going to make sure the steak gets done. She'll forgive me when she tries my steak. So I do. I finish things up, and finally I say, okay, it's done. We're going to let the meat rest. I take the skillet out to the back. I put it on the back porch. I turn off the fire alarm near the kitchen. And I go into the other room, and I turn off the smoke alarm in the other room. And I can see her face, even though there's smoke filling the room. She's very tall, so I can see her face above.
Hi, boys.
And so we're just doing our thing. And I said, and here you go, honey. Here's dinner. Here you go. And she is still quiet, and she doesn't want to say anything. She doesn't want, she's trying to contain the frustration, and then she takes a bite, and she goes, and you can see her melt. She goes, this is delicious. I was like, yeah, I know. There's only one thing I do better than cook a steak. And she says, well, what's that? Oh, I won't tell you, but the next day she got me this shirt. So, thanks, everybody.
Everybody, Piers Cobar. You know what? I do want to say thank you to all of you that haven't been distracted by the flashing lights, the sexy firefighters who won't take off their clothes. Right? I know. I mean, look at him, guys.
Oh my God! Central casting.
Right? Oops. Was it an oops? I guess we'll never know. Okay, you guys. Ending out the night, I saw this guy over in Tacoma, and he just so blew me away. He's coming here from Olympia, and he's been doing comedy for years. And I was so happy when he accepted my invitation to come out and entertain you guys. I sure hope you find him as funny as I do. Ladies and gentlemen, Tanel Manu.
Thank you. Hey, everybody. All right. Hey, thank you for almost keeping it going until I got to the mic. Generous island culture. Listen, big hand for everybody so far tonight, you guys. Right? This is, I have such like things running through me right now. Okay, my father was born in a little village called Safotu on the island of Savaii in Western Samoa in the South Pacific. Moved here, I'm first generation islander. And then now I'm on an island. I just want to like express, give you the full artist. You know what I'm saying? It might get crazy. I won't be able to protect any of us. Okay? Like Conrad said in a book called Victory, I think. Right, woe to the man who does not put his trust in life. Henry James says, live all you can, it's a mistake not to. And Shakespeare told us, and this is all of our lives all of the time. From this nettle, danger. We pluck this flower, safety. It's my job to prove to all of us that all safety is an illusion. I can't protect you from words, I can't protect you from ideas, and I don't promise to. So this is going to be a great night. Right? No, I'm feeling it. And I'm from here. Don't worry, I'm half white, guys. I have your blood in me. Okay? I entered the world through the legs of a European woman. My father came here in the mid-'60s, meets my mom. She was actually in college at the Utah at the time. They meet, boom, they move up here. She's one of the Tacoma Hansons. So and they had this huge, like 300 acres in McClary. They were like the Yellowstone of Grays Harbor County. And that's where I grew up. I was born in McClary. You guys heard of that place? Tiny little timber town. Everybody worked at the door factory at Simpson. So, I know whites. All right. This is a great place. Let me tell you guys. Let me give you a compliment. This is the land of the good whites. You guys. I mean, I lived in Arizona for 10 years. Okay, as an example, not the land of the good whites. As a for instance. Okay. But here, the white people, they'll march with you. They'll put their yard signs out for your cause. They're down. They'll go to your rallies, they'll hold signs. These are the good whites. You won't hire them, but you know, marching's a lot. Marching's a lot. Let's not get crazy. Okay? I accept the marching, if that's all it is. No. So you guys know, like, so as islanders, that's why I'm so excited. There's something about being trapped by water that turns you into certain people.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
That's how I understand it. From Samoa. Okay? My friends will always come up to me, hey, there's a Pacific Islander thing happening. What is it? It's a rally to end Asian American and Pacific Islander hate. Right, at the Capitol. I'm like, what? Wait, who put us with them? Guys, okay? Bulletin. We're not with them. Who did this? This is a marketing move by the Korean Chamber of Commerce. I caught you, bankers. Okay? Stealing our good reputation. Trying to take Jason Momoa and The Rock from us. How dare you? Okay? Keanu Reeves is ours too, by the way. Right? We're doing fine, Asian Americans. Who did this? I resent the idea that there is something called Pacific Islander hate. Who's ever heard of such a thing?
I have.
Right? Really? Are there people walking around going, if I have to go to a luau with those fucking people again? Yuck. With the pig in the ground and the flower necklace, forget it. Right? There's that. In fact, we've never even told anyone to stop Pacific Islander hate, by the way. Right? As far as we're concerned, do it if you want. Go out this weekend and shove one of our moms to the ground. No, have fun. Get your hate on. Hate it up. We never said don't. You know what they'll call it? Not Pacific Islander hate, suicide by Samoan. That's all. Be a new genre. They'll find you under a bush with a volleyball net in your throat. Yeah, he was done with life. It's obvious. We come from a mom culture. They protect the grandmas. They have weight and power. Right? How the girls dress, how they behave. It's like that kind of culture. Would you marry? Let's talk. Can we talk, Islanders?
Yeah.
America? Where's the mom protection that used to exist? This umbrella against Thanos and wicked. Remember when Janet Jackson flashed her nipple in the Super Bowl? Yeah. And the moms went crazy. She's gone. You haven't heard from Janet again? She can't come back to the Grammys. She's banned for life. The moms were pissed back then. You busted out your titty on the Sabbath? How dare you? Artist. They threw her away, right? There used to be that. But I was just watching like some music award show a few months ago. You know what song started the award show? The WAP song was the opening performance. Now, I had to find out what it was too, in case you guys don't know what WAP is, W-A-P. I've always thought it was like some sort of thing for Italians. It's like a derogatory thing, right? And no, it stands for wet ass pussy. No, this is the opening performance. At 7:30 on a Sunday on an antenna channel, where are the moms? I couldn't believe it. 2 women scissoring in front of a big stripper shoe. Cardi B and what's her name, Megan the Horse. Shocking. Shocking. Now, how did we get here? Because I'm 52, so I was raised in the 70s and 80s. There was a group called the 2 Live Crew, right, in the 80s. I don't know if you guys remember that. Yeah. And they had these, like, funny sexual songs for teenagers that were goofy. And one of them was like, hey, we want some pussy. Right, it was one of their big hits. And virgins would scream it like, what's pussy? We want some. But the moms of America lost their minds. They went crazy. They got these records literally thrown out of the record stores. Like King 5, we're here at Tower Records in Queen Anne. They're disposing of every Luther Campbell of the 2 Live Crew, smashing them in the streets. It was a big movement. They would protest their concerts. They got them arrested on stage and got put in jail for obscenity laws. It went all the way to the Supreme Court. I don't know if you guys remember this or not. And it was a huge fight. Now, the First Amendment won, which it must. But they put those explicit stickers on and parental guidance. That's where those stickers come from. The warning labels come from the 2 Live Crew case. That went all the way to the Supreme Court. It was amazing. It was a fight for artists, right? And here's what's fascinating about looking back on that. How close they were. They said, hey, we want some pussy, and they went to jail. If they would have said, hey, we want some wet-ass pussy, they would have gotten a Grammy. Can you imagine how the two little words? Is that amazing? God, they were right there. And I'm shocked at that truth because I'm surprised. I learned something about you ladies. I always thought you were upset at the idea of the word pussy. It turns out you're offended at the implication that it was dry. So, now I get it. Now I get it. That's what makes you mad. Now, like other scientists in the room, I wondered to myself, how wet is a wet ass pussy? Exactly. Well, Cardi tells us in the second stanza, she writes, I need a bucket and a mop, she says. If I'm lying, somebody help me. If I'm lying, she needs a bucket and a mop. You'd think a bucket's enough, but it's getting everywhere. That's... I thought wet ass pussy, like, is pretty wet, but a bucket. I wasn't like... I'm just gonna say, I mean, I'm not a woman, but ladies, if that much is coming out of you, I would put a pap smear on your calendar and get that checked out. It's nice to have a working thing, but let's not, it shouldn't be janitorial. Is what I'm saying. Okay? You should need a gynecologist, not a custodian. Alright? Hey, how can you tell if Cardi B's doctor's coming down the hallway? You can hear his keys jingle. Because he's the guy. Alright. Let's leave her alone. Come on. But we do need the moms back. Come on. I'll say it. I don't care. I'm the Lorax, okay? I'll speak for the trees. Moms, we need you. Please, raise these babies again. Protect them, okay? Let's take off those eyelashes. Let's turn off those filters and come home. Please. That got deep. That was like, that's a new one. Is that too heavy? Do people love your eyelashes that much?
What eyelashes? No.
Yeah, oh, that's a big thing everywhere. They're enormous now. Okay, thank you. So, speaking of dry pussy, I've never been married. I really don't know why. I mean, there's some reasons. But I never thought at this age and never been married would be so weird. The reasons people imagine for a guy my age to have never been married or raised children at this age, they're all negative. Nobody thinks something's good has happened to me that I've escaped the bonds of matrimony. But I just, you know, as an artist, I think some birds were not meant to be caged. Their feathers are just too bright. Plus, I have no money. It helps. Guys, you want to be protected from the crazies, from the psychos. I hear all these stories. Don't have any money. It's perfect. Be poor on purpose. Then when the women thinks, I'm going to get crazy on this guy, it ain't worth it. You ain't got shit. I'd be wasting my crazy time on this guy. Like, some women will go, hey, I'm not on the pill. Do you have any condoms? What if I get pregnant? I don't have any money. You'll make the right decision. It's the best protection. You know, it's just like, I didn't want it to be this way, but it's just natural. That it's too much to be poor, but then it protects you from it. I could not possibly get addicted to a drug, for instance. I don't have enough money to get into trouble. It's really like been a blessing, I think, you know, because if anything comes up that's a tough decision, poverty answers it for you right away. No, I'm telling you, try it. I wanted to do a vow of chastity and poverty, but a little FYI, the vow of poverty comes with the vow of chastity. So you just do one, and it comes with the other. It's beautiful. Yes, because I'm totally pro-choice. But once you see my bank account, you won't think you have one. All right, you guys did. That's great. I want to do the challenging stuff. People ask me all the time, like, hey, what do you think of like Roe versus Wade? And I'm like, first of all, I don't watch basketball. But I just think, as I don't really have a horse in the race with the abortion thing, let me tell you guys, just be nice to each other. No, I mean, I have my opinion, but because it's so involved in someone's body, I don't know what else to say. It's like your body. I know I would want to protect mine. I understand the argument, you know, but just be nice with the debates, guys. I hear these debates, they're so mean. Someone said, the day after pills, murder. I go, see, that's easy with the murder talk. These are complex issues because these are slippery slopes, guys. You don't want to even start that. If the day after pills murder, that means if you tell me to come over, spend the night, bring some wine, and we don't have sex, then that's like premeditated manslaughter. It's something. I'll call 911 on you. Yes, officer, I was trying to put a miracle of Jesus in her. And she has to work in the morning. Thank you. They're on their way. See, this is why these issues are complex. Okay, booze. A scattered one clap over there. Little defense from one of the other comics. I told you, as an islander, I'm excited to be challenging. And I'm stuck here. At least till 10:55 is the final one, right? And so, yeah. So everyone has to, like, people that don't live here, is that why? So, it makes me wonder, okay, talking about we want some pussy. How good would you say the dick is here on the island? Since a lot of it has to leave at 10:55. That's a social scientist question. Ladies, what's the dick like on an island? Is there oh, is that it? Okay. Insight right here. You know, I never... Yes. Thank you. We have a lot in common as islanders. How we're really testing the waters, as they say. I always wanted to get married, actually. I don't know why I never did. There's these songs growing up that were so, like, encouraging to get married. There was one that said, my baby takes the morning train, bing, right? And I'm like, man, she's happy. They don't even have a car. And my baby takes the morning train, he works, he does something, he comes home, and she's happy about it. That's it. She says in that song, he works all day to make his pay so we can play all night. I'm like, give me one of these wives. All right, 3 trains. You want some of this? And then a few years later, there was a song that came out. It was like, let's hear it for the boy. And like, let's hear it for the day, right? And she says in that song, my baby might not be rich. He's watching every dime. But he loves me, loves me, loves me. And we always have a real good time. And I'm thinking, okay, they don't even want money. These wives. You don't have to make money, and you have to ride trains. Boom. I'm going to get me a wife. But then, when I got old enough to start dating, you all didn't want no scrubs. Everything switched on me. All the train girls are gone. It went from, my baby takes the morning train, okay, pro public transportation. She's turned on by his low carbon footprint. All the way to sitting in the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler. I go, they're carpooling. What happened? What? You're making fun of sharing a ride? What happened to you ladies? Another hand for the firefighters who are still in the house, you guys. They're still, I think we're still searching for the, well. I know. I feel like Kanye West at a photo shoot. It's like, boom, boom. Yes! All right, it's off. Yay, a big hand for the, all right. Thank you. That's awesome.
By the way.
On the firefighter? You made it turn back on. It was such a hot comment that the firefighter had a nice butt.
You guys get strokes.
Yeah, turn back on. What kind of butt are you seeing through all that layers? I think you're imagining butt. Yeah, there you go. All right, everybody. Boy, that Thunder Down Under was lazy. I didn't even do anything. You guys didn't see, but on the other side of that wall, the firefighters were taking pictures with kittens and their shirts off. So, I thought those calendars were fake. That's what they really do. No, I had an okay dating life, I think, but this will be challenging. Let's go there. I'm feeling this one. I used to date this deaf girl. Okay? This is another reason why maybe I never got married. I went to a certain plateau that I could never reach again because she had been born deaf. She had never heard a sound in her life, right? And taught me some sign language and all that. But the first time that we made love, and that's what I do, by the way, Vashon, okay? I feel the judgment in your eyes. Okay, how dare you? She made these sounds that were so unbelievable and raw that were coming from, where were they coming from? You see what I'm saying? And they were just like, oh my God, come on. I'm like, what the fuck is this? It was, we were cave people. The world had, she's, oh my God, am I doing that? I'm like naturally copying her. And it just became these like wild animals. Before language, goddammit. All we had, there's meat and fire. It was unbelievable. Every time I went finished, I want to just carve it in a wall. Where's the wall? I understand what they're talking. Where's the wall? Now. This happened. It was amazing. This is my truth. Okay? One time, I could hear, she was like, oh, it feels so good. I'm like, are you talking? Am I healing you with this dick? Speak! Speak! Wake your ancestors, talk. See what I mean? I'll never reach that pinnacle again. That's a very... As rare as having an islander perform on the island. That's how rare it is. To ever reach that again. And my friends go, why don't you do the dating apps and stuff, right? I think they're for weirdos. Forgive me. I grew up in a time of the swingers ads in the back of magazines. And you look at the very back and you'd read them and they're always like nasty. Some guy looking for a 25-year-old white female, blonde, leggy, high heels preferred. And we're like, ew. And there'd be a phone number. So Tinder's just a digital version of that, to me. It's too like, now, okay, I'll be honest, I did try one dating app, okay? And I'll be real. I fell in love with her eyes instantly. She had the most beautiful eyes. Well, I had no other choice. It was Muslim Mingle. So they're in the thing. Anybody? That's all you got? Okay. I love your commentary. You guys right up front, she's like, next. No. That was okay. Yeah. Nah. It's what? Is it really? Today's the biggest Ramadan holiday? Can I see if we had a cable access show I had here in the mid-90s in Seattle with a friend of mine named Brody. And Brody Stevens and I had a cable access show we called Jews and Samoans Rule the World. I'm not... YouTube it if you want to. That was our, like, little call sign. Because our thing was, The Samoans are like the entertainers and the actors, right? And then the Jews are the management and the agents. And it's a symbiosis. It's the bird that plucks the lice off the rhinoceros. It's good for nature. And so, years later, who's the #1 box office star in the world? The Rock. A Samoan. And who is this management and agency? Jews. Told you so. That was predicted in '96. Okay? What I heard was we've been eating like Muslim people. Is that what you said? This whole thing has took a turn. Okay, how many Jews does it take to screw in 2 light bulbs? How many Jews does it take to screw in 2 light bulbs? Just one. It's a dancing joke and you guys were worried. You know what I'm saying? Relax, I'm a professional. Okay? We'll be doing great. I'm a regular guy. I was raised here, born and raised among the forest. All right? We're Team Jacob.
Self-sufficient.
Yes. I'm from here. We didn't have a lot of money growing up. I don't know if I asked anyone grow up poor here on Vashon Island, like from somewhere else, I didn't think so. There's a one. There you go. That's what I'm saying. That counts.
Oh, damn, girl.
Yeah, we grew up. We didn't have a lot of money. We had 8 kids. I remember opening Christmas presents that said, "From Santa to boy 10 to 12." There you go. Got her. Okay, she likes that one. All right. Are you with the Daily Vashon News?
No.
Are you with the
The roundup.
Okay. Is that what it's called? It's named after weed killer?
Yeah, it is.
What a metaphor. I get it. I'm actually learning so much about white culture because my friends have to tell me about it at this age. You guys don't understand, when you've not been married or raised children, I'm missing all of the sort of kids' cartoons, life references. I don't know what you know what I mean? And then, because I've never been married, I don't know the swinging and swapping world at all. I'm shocked. I always thought white guys were greedy, but there's one thing they love to share. It's their wives. Somebody do a study. Call Vice. I want that documentary. It's a mystery. Okay? You can't pay them to use their jet skis, but their wife, they'll record. It's very weird. Let me be shocked at these things. I'm learning what's going on because I don't experience this kind of stuff. You know, whatever kids I could have had are dead in the carpet in front of my TV. So. I went dirty. I went dirty on you. I don't. Listen, and if friends come over, I just tell them that I spilled the candle. The vacuum won't get it. I've tried the vacuum, it won't get it. Okay? All right, now see? You're making me go places depending on what you laugh at.
Well,
Don't do it. No, okay.
it was a visual.
It was. You know, I think we all want relationships, don't we? I'm in love with love. When I see like love, I love rom-com by myself as a dude because I've never been married. So I love dreaming about it. I love watching movies. It's perfect. Love. I love it. And what's crazy at this age is that when I see true love, couples that will never leave each other, it shames me. I mean, like, I'm talking about tweaker love. Have you seen it? You guys don't have it here? You've been to Seattle? Is it the best? Don't pretend. Are they ever going to leave each other? Never. I saw, right, because I'm in Olympia. There's lots of homeless, okay? Tent cities, just like in Seattle. And it's not a mystery. We all know what's going on, okay? Let me end the homeless problem in Seattle right now. Are you guys ready? White people, go pick up your kids. Okay, come on, what is this? What is this? It's ridiculous. This is not post-apocalyptic around here. There's nowhere to put them. You put them in the sailboats you only use twice a year. You want me to solve problems? And get real? These RVs don't go anywhere. I drive past them every day. Fill them with your kids. And then we get back down to the real life homeless weirdo kooks that everybody likes. Not this like mass something going on, you know. But I do get jealous of Tweaker Love. This woman was walking along. It was raining, pouring, freezing. She's bundled up in a jacket. She's got an umbrella. And she's just walking down the sidewalk cussing her man out. Fuck you, fucking loser. Leave me alone. Blah, blah, blah. Right? And there he was, just keeping up with her. Rattling a shopping cart full of their life. Staying with her. Shoving it through cracks. Lifting it over curbs. And in that cold and rain, all he was wearing was a wife beater. Okay. Oh, wait. All right. Let's not use that language anymore. Forgive me. All he was wearing was a life partner beater. See, I changed the word that's not the best. Classic. And he was staying with her. He doesn't care how fast she was working. He's rattling right behind her. And I just looked at him going, will I ever love a woman like that? Clearly not. Exactly. It's too much. I mean, I don't deserve love until I can love like a tweaker. That's what I'm going for. They'll never... I talk to my friends who got divorced. They're on their second and third marriages by now. Why'd you guys get divorced? Oh, we just became different people. Or we grew apart as the years went. I go, that's it? Quitters. You still have your teeth and you got divorced? Look at these people. Battling. I mean, so I'm not making fun. I know there's mental illness and there's all this stuff and drug abuse. But under it all, guys, what is it? Love? Is it God? That one got deep, too. Okay, let me pull back from this one. I was looking for her response. She was like getting scared of Tweaker Love. But it is wonderful. I mean, there's all types of love. I didn't know that Jeffrey Dahmer was such a guy's guy. Did you guys watch the Netflix thing on Jeffrey Dahmer? Oh my God. Now, I was around when he first got arrested, right? I remember old Jeff, but I didn't know until seeing the Netflix special, old Jeff is like super duper gay. I mean, he loves the boys. It was like, whoa. Everywhere he went, it was like nightclubs and bathhouses, and he'd bring these guys home, and he'd lay them down, and they'd have their shirts off, and he'd knock them out with some drug and a drink, and then they're like laid out. And before he'd kill them, he'd be like rubbing their bellies. Listen to their heartbeats. Dum, 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 dum. Like fingers through their hair. I'm like going, take it easy, Jeff. You're making me hungry. They're like, what is this? I'm about to get some dry rub and join you. It's working the opposite effect. I call the Jeffrey Dahmer story Broiled Back Mountain. Anybody? Did you miss on one? Broiled Back Mountain. Somebody should make a Jeffrey Dahmer barbecue sauce. It would be so popular. Don't pretend. It would be super popular, like as a novelty. Like it's supposed to be gross, like for Halloween and stuff. You know, kids would love it. You know, you go, do you guys want to use the Jeffrey Dahmer sauce, bro? Right? Plus the commercials would be awesome. You know, I want my neighbor back, neighbor back, neighbor back. I want my neighbor back, neighbor back. Neighbor, Dahmer, neighbor. All right, good job, you guys. You know what's crazy after those Netflix specials? They'll always suggest a similar thing to you, right? If you like that, would you like this? And it'll say it no matter what. Even after watching the Jeffrey Dahmer thing. You think it would go, hey, you want a minute? Want to like take a nap, think about it, you know, hug your children, be a different person for a second. Do you want to ask the Lord for forgiveness for what you just watched? You know, no, they're back in it. Boom. Oh, if you like the Jeffrey Dahmer thing, maybe you'll love all this other stuff, you sick bastard. You know, I do. Click. how many serial killer shows are we gonna have, guys? It's amazing how many serial killers we've had over the years. And I'm watching them, and I realized, like I said, I'm out of a lot of different worlds, okay? And I didn't know there are women that love killers. When these serial killers go to prison, they get like mountains of fan mail, marriage proposals.
Damn straight.
Women love, there we go, now it makes sense. She's gonna go back home to prison.org/lonely after the show. Isn't that fascinating? That these women, knowing what these guys did, want them romantically. Now, here's a problem we can solve, okay? All these school shooters that we keep having. All right, these are always the same, lonely, alone, no companions, no friends. Now, what if we could hook up these young men with women who want killers? They'd get affection and love, they'd put their guns away, they'd get counseling, beautiful. Right? They get a killer weirdo, and the kid gets a girlfriend. Lives are saved. And so I've started a new dating app. It's called Column Find, where love lives. Vashon, stay with me. You're doing good. You're doing great. No. You can handle this. Okay? This is you can take on these waves. Is that too much? Really? Column Find? What about eHarm? Is that harmers only? If I'm trying to save lives and you're judging me, if a young man who's all crazy is like saving guns and making plans, and then he meets Julie, lovely Julie, on a dating app, and they make friends, and she gives him affection and friendship, and he feels good about himself, and he gets rid of his weapons, he gets into counseling, he gets medication, all these lives are saved, and you go, wow, that's a beautiful story. Where did you guys meet? We met on Sandy Hookups. And that's a love story. Okay, I feel what you guys are. Too late? Too late? Okay. The what?
The bottom line is
The NRA?
Yeah, let's take them on.
Oh, yeah, the idea of, I'm not a gun owner. I'm saying, like, the idea of these, like, the idea of murdering all of your classmates. When I was a kid, you might break a window in your imagination of getting revenge. I'll pop his bike tires. I'll shove him in the hallway. I'll bring a gun to school and kill everybody. And the thought is like, it's just like amazing that's even like part of this.
Thank you, Trump. Thank you, Trump.
I hear the irony and sarcasm. Thank you, Trump. I get it. So who are you guys going to vote for? Biden 2028. Come on! The year was wrong. You hear the joke?
The year's wrong.
I didn't say the next one. I said 2028. The accusation is he's getting old. I say older, I say. Where's the joke there? Okay, so now, like, I don't know what Richard wanted for the, all right, we have like 5 minutes, I think, or, because we're supposed to get to the ferry, but we can keep, I thought somebody was going to say that, okay, let's see, cancer, Hitler, hold on, I'm just kidding, toxic masculinity, okay, there's we've had a lot of that tonight, huh? Okay, I'm glad you guys didn't really agree. I wanna do something gentle because I know that life is difficult. Okay, I have dark moments. I'll be honest, I've had suicidal thoughts. I just don't know what a suicide hotline is going to do for me. I need money. If they said, listen, don't do anything, check your Cash App, we just sent you $1,500, you'd be like, whoa, was this the right call? I am in a way different mood. All right, that was a good one. Why are you guys using the pineapple as the swinger symbol? Someone told me. the upside down pineapple like hung on your doorknob, or like a lamp covering, means that you're swingers. Which I'm offended at the cultural appropriation. These guys are pretending they don't know. Please help me if you understand this sickness. No. I'm just saying, if you're going to be a swinger and you're not actually from the tropics, don't use a pineapple. That's cultural appropriation. Thank you. If you're from Washington, it should be like a piece of rhubarb or something. I just try to talk about like fairness, equality, okay? I think every voice matters. And guess who never speaks up, okay? Is anybody for sperm. You see what I'm saying? When has it been in the news? We have stuff too. You never hear about sperm. Nobody gives a fuck about sperm. And guys, when you let it fly, I'm a much more compassionate masturbator now in my older age. I realize I just don't want to send my boys flying into the air. They're expecting something moist. And here I am, just like Mars in Total Recall. They can't even breathe. What have I been doing? I haven't cared. I've just been letting them fly. And yet they had a mission, they have a plan. Oh shoot, they were trained to go find the egg. They're swimmers, they're warriors. And here I am, just letting them die for my pleasure. So now I only masturbate in a warm tub. Guys, give them a chance. Let them live their whole life. Okay? Send them into somewhere that matters. They can be swimming around, yes! Whoever gets the egg, you guys, let's be on his side. Come on, we're a team. All right? Let's support each other. But then after a while, they're like, Jesus Christ, how big is this pussy? I haven't even seen a wall. This guy will fuck anybody. Marco? Okay, you guys, I think that's the time. Did you guys have an okay time? I'm telling you. This was, and let me tell you, of course, tip your wait staff. The young lady there, your server, I went to get a drink, and she suggested the martini, coffee, the espresso martini. Sophie is her name?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So, wait, is your name Sophie?
Yeah.
Okay.
The server's name. No, that's her.
No, her.
Yes, Sophie.
Yes, big hand for Sophie. And so, I was just going to get anything to drink. She suggested the espresso martini, and I was going for coach. She put me in first class. So I wanted to give you guys the opera tonight. She elevated the stakes just from that gesture. Okay, all right, you guys. Vashon Island. Congratulations, we got here together. Give yourselves a big hand. Thank you for showing up here tonight. This has been a blast. Drink up, drive fast, and get home safe. Okay.
Okay, you guys, one more shot for Kana Manu. Oh my gosh, thank you very much for sticking with us. I know it wasn't perfect with, the hot firefighters and all, but we so appreciate it. Once again, I want to shout out to Brian James, Haley, I forget. Mosteller, sorry. Warren Hines, Stefan Moody, here's Kobar, Kana Manu, you guys. And hey, have a great night, and thank you once again, and we'll see you next year.